My mom announced I was a tax benefit over dinner like she was reading a receipt. My dad stared at the breadbasket and let it happen. A few minutes later, I slid one envelope across the table and watched her confidence evaporate. It was a Tuesday at a fake Italian place with red curtains and peeling gold trim. I kept fixating on a tiny wine stain near my water glass, trying to hide it with my bread plate. My mom wore that sharp coral lipstick she saved for moral lectures. My sister, Nina, scrolled her phone and complained about Pilates. I told them I'd just gotten promoted because I still thought they might be proud. I said, I think I finally made it, and my mom stopped chewing. She swallowed slow, wiped her mouth, and sat perfectly upright. Then she said my name Mia like she was filing paperwork. You're 30 now, we've discussed this. The charade has reached its natural expiration date. She explained, I was adopted in the 90 seconds when my dad's firm was under audit. The tax credits, the trust loopholes, the dependent status, those were the real reasons I existed in their house. She said it like she was explaining a lease. My dad didn't look up. My sister let out a little laugh, the kind that says finally. I told you she'd take it personally, Mom. Look at her face. My brain tried to grab onto something small so I wouldn't collapse. I started wondering if my birthday was even real. I honestly thought, for one stupid second, does this mean I'm not even a Capricorn? Humiliating, but it kept me breathing. Then the waiter refilled our water. I watched the bubbles rise and felt this cold, clean clarity. Every holiday I'd felt like I was auditioning for family. I'd apologized for taking up space. Sitting there, with my mom bored and my dad absent, I realized it was never me. I was just the only one who didn't know the rules. My purse was on my lap. I pulled out an envelope. I wasn't planning revenge. I worked in accounting for estates and trusts, and my grandpa, the only person who was ever actually kind to me, had died a year earlier. He left a trust. I was the trustee because I was responsible. A month before dinner, I noticed my parents had been taking management fees out of it to pay their mortgage. I brought the audit papers because I thought they were being scammed. I thought we were on the same team. Yeah, I know. I slid the envelope across the white tablecloth. It passed right over the wine stain I'd been hiding. My mom opened it without changing her expression. Then her coral lipstick suddenly looked less certain. She skimmed the first page and went quiet. Next, she passed it to my dad with 2 fingers. He finally looked up and saw the highlighted forged signatures. The silence got heavy like the air had been sucked out. My mom stood up. No tears, no apology, just that blank, offended face. We did what we had to do to survive. You wouldn't understand. You've always been so self-righteous. And she walked out. My sister followed, rolling her eyes like I was making a scene. My dad lingered 1 second, like he might say I'm sorry. He didn't. He sighed, tucked my envelope into his jacket, and left me there. The entree arrived anyway. I ate a few bites of dry salmon because I'd paid for it, and apparently I still wanted to earn my seat. Then I sat there with tap water, watching other families laugh like it was easy. I left, drove until my hands hurt, and ended up at a 24-hour Walgreens buying a toothbrush, water, and a bag of those cheap orange circus peanuts. I slept in my backseat in a church parking lot 3 towns over and didn't cry until 3 a.m. But when I woke up, the constant knot was gone. I finally had the answer to, what am I doing wrong? Nothing. They just treated family like a resource and hated that mine came with a voice. Now I live in a small rental with beige walls and a heater that clicks all night. It's mine. I didn't press charges, even though I could. I didn't want my life to turn into court dates with people who never loved me anyway. I did sell the house. As trustee, I had the legal right. I gave my parents enough equity for a small condo and kept the rest because I was done funding my own humiliation. My mom calls me cruel. My sister went silent. My dad sends me links about the economy. Like that's an apology. Some mornings I still think, for half a second, I should call mom. Then I remember the word charade. I remember being adopted like a loophole. And I remember that sometimes the black sheep isn't broken. She's just the only one not lying.